Next movie we go to Walcott, Iowa.
What? Why?
We hate Walcott.
Walcott, Iowa is
It has personally wronged us.
What a niche thing to hate. What is this?
It's personally wronged us.
it's hell. It's the worst place on
Well,
earth.
it's Iowa, so.
We were driving up to Chicago, and we were driving to Iowa, and we wanted to stop, go to the bathroom, and fill up on gas, and we decided to stop in Walcott,
And
Iowa.
get food.
Unbeknownst to us, they had the world's largest trucker convention going on at that time. So there were semis everywhere. We could not get in any place, and couldn't do
They
anything.
had TruckerCon in Iowa,
Yeah.
and you guys were in the
Well,
middle of it?
in Walcott, there's the world's largest truck stop.
Wow.
And,
Riveting.
And that day happened to be the big convention.
Yeah.
This is what Iowa's contributed, everybody. The world's largest truck stop.
Because we were trying to turn into a gas station, I think, and there was just a long line of semis kept coming, and they just wouldn't stop.
Maybe I treated Iowa too harshly.
Well.
I didn't know. I recognized game, but I didn't realize they had that.
Anyway, hello everybody. Welcome back to the General Audience Podcast.
I don't like that start.
Welcome back to the General Audience Podcast. My name is Justin. His name is Nick. His name is Jay. And we have quite the fun episode today. We saw a movie yesterday, which if you saw the thumbnail or the title, you know what that movie is, but we're not going to talk about it yet. Before we dive into that movie, we're going to talk about what we did this week. What we read, what we watched, just what we did. And I'm going to go last because I have quite the spiel to go on. So Jay, take it away.
Yeah, nothing new for me this week. I just did more comic reading of Green Lantern, and I did more of a flashback into what I was reading, and it flowed well with going into what I'm eventually going to be going into with getting back to the present. But yeah, I think it's I've read some really cool storylines, and it's been really fun to be getting in the comics. So
It's all Green Lantern, right?
yeah, right now
That's cool.
I read one other one, but it was like one small issue. But just
Very nice.
Green Lantern's been the main one.
Nick, you're up.
I continued my David Lynch movies, and I watched Blue Velvet. Once again, I wasn't the biggest fan of this movie. I'm not quite sure why, but everybody seems to love him. But I watch these movies, and then I just don't vibe with me, I guess.
You heard it here first, folks. Nick hates David Lynch.
Yep. He's a hater.
I also watched Whiplash and Black Swan, which are two kind of mirror movies, and both of them were absolutely incredible. I loved them both. I think everyone should watch both of them, if possible.
How are they mirror movies?
They're both about people who are trying so hard to do with like their passion. Like in Whiplash, it's drumming. In Black Swan, it's a ballerina, and they're both vying for a part, and they're both worried about like another person taking over, and they just let this part literally consume their lives.
Okay. Yeah, because I've seen Whiplash. I haven't seen Black Swan.
It's on my wish. It's on my watch list. But I've seen Whiplash like 100 times, but I've never seen Black Swan. But it's by Darren Aronofsky, I think, and he did The Whale, and he did a bunch of other horror-ish movies. So it's definitely on the watch list. And I had the privilege of watching the hit new Ice Cube. It's going to sweep the Oscars this year. War of the Worlds. The Amazon Prime exclusive film, Amazon original, firing from all cylinders, from the acting, the visuals, the way the story is told from the perspective of one computer screen. It's just riveting, and it's such a great idea. I'm being sarcastic. I can't even pretend to be nice. This movie's disgustingly terrible. There wasn't an ounce of passion. There wasn't and I'm sure it was hard. You know, I've never made a movie. I'm sure it's difficult. I'm not saying I could do better, but from the general audience's point of view, this was a just abysmal piece of filmmaking. There are several drawn out sections where you can't even see Ice Cube's face. He's just talking, and it literally sounds like he's just reading the script for the very first time. It appears that they have hit all of our nuclear sites but he's not reading a script. Like in the movie, he's just talking. But the dialogue is so bad and the script is so wooden that every single line that anyone says, it feels like they just got emailed the script that morning and they're just reading it for the very first time. It's horrible. The effects are bad. The tripods in design, they look kind of cool. Tom Cruise clears, by the way. That version clears. But it's, and I'm sure you've seen the memes on TikTok. I'm going to go into spoilers to save you from watching the movie. There's a part where he thinks his son dies, and he's like, "No, what? Oh my gosh!" And I'm like, "Bro, your son just died. Like, why are you? Your son is gone. Why are you acting like that?" It is so funny. And I know Ice Cube can act, obviously, but it was so funny, and for all the wrong reasons. If it didn't take itself seriously, I would have enjoyed it. If it was like a parody, and if it wasn't called War of the Worlds, and if it was like the Naked Gun kind of scenario where it's very self-aware, but it wasn't. It was trying to be this serious alien invasion movie, and it was just awful. If you're feeling very self-loathing, I recommend it. It's currently sitting at a 1.1 on Letterboxd. I really want it to get below 1. I think it would be really funny. There's not an ounce of anything good in this movie. There's none of the... Clark Gregg is in this. Agent Coulson, he's in it. I don't know what he's doing there, but he's in it. Acting is horrible. Effects are horrible. I don't even think there's a musical score. Yeah. It's genuinely one of the... And this gets thrown around a lot. Worst movie ever. This is truly in the running for one of the worst movies I've ever watched. And it'd be different if it was, some random uploading it to YouTube. But this was an Amazon original with the real actors. And I couldn't believe it. I can't believe it's real. So, if you're in the mood for something just genuinely blasphemous, go watch Ice Cube's War of the Worlds. You won't regret it.
Imagine that was a version that got broadcasted back in was it like the 30s, where everybody thought it was real.
Ice Cube's on my radio.
It's just Ice Cube going, no, what happened?
My son's dead. And real quick, the whole movie's an Amazon ad, by the way. It's an Amazon movie, and so there are several moments where he hacks into an Amazon drone. He's like, "Hooray, my little drone!" He says so many awful things in this movie, and he's like the world's worst dad. He spies on his daughter, a full-grown adult, by the way. She's like late 20s. She's a full-grown woman. He has like cameras in her fridge, and he has a line of dialogue that says, "Well, I guess my fridge and myself are pretty tight." He said it in the movie.
Peak.
It's just awful. He's not a good dad. Everyone in this movie is just as half note as they come. Yeah.
What's your official score?
Half star. Yep.
Half star.
Follow us on Letterboxd.
Sounds generous.
Links in the description. You'll see all of our reviews. I gave it a half star. I really it's hilarious how it was made at all. I'm at a loss for words. It's quite the experience.
All right, should we move on?
We should. We saw a movie yesterday, gentlemen.
We did.
What did we see? I forget.
I think it had something to do with some children running off into
What was
into
it
the night.
called?
Maybe Weapons?
Weapons! That's what it was. We saw the new Zach Krieger movie, Weapons, starring Julia Garner, Josh Brolin, bunch of other people, great actors. Half of them are from Marvel movies, but that's all right. And we have some thoughts. So we're going to start out with our non-spoiler. We're going to give it a score. And then after we give our just general thoughts, we're going to dive into our spoilery goodness, because there is a lot to discuss, and most of it is stuff that we can't say without spoiling it. So who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
So first, non-spoilers. Overall, I enjoyed it quite a bit. I do think it was a tale of two halves of the story, just without giving anything away. So something happens, like maybe it's further than halfway in the movie, but it's a big thing happens, and I think that really killed the movie for me.
Mm-hmm.
And it just, there's a conflicting tone that just it didn't work for me, and just I guess I expected one thing of this movie, and then it turned out to not be that.
Yep.
And just I wanted it, I guess what I was hoping to see, I didn't get. So.
Okay, fair enough.
And what did you rate it?
I'm probably sitting at like a 60%. So
Okay, 6 out of 10.
yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Nick?
I quite enjoyed this movie. I think I'd rate it probably a 4 out of 5 stars.
Okay, wow.
There was a lot I really liked about this movie, but one of the big things is the tone of the movie. I didn't quite like. I thought the soundtrack in it was amazing. I thought all the actors did a great job. And I really enjoyed the story. It's definitely one of the more unique ones that have come out. Yeah, there's a lot to like about this movie, and there's a little bit to dislike, but...
I agree. That's a good way to put it. A lot to like, but there are some things that I would change. It did not go the way that I thought. I think we can all agree. I mean, a majority didn't pan out the way that I was expecting. The marketing presented a very different movie than you're going to get, which some people are going to love. Some people are going to be like, kind of a Last Jedi situation where this did not pan out at all, like the movie that I thought I was getting. Which some people, again, subversion of expectations, that's great. But it's very different. It's incredibly intriguing. Like the premise and the first 5 minutes, I was so locked in. I'm like, I'm in. Like the premise and all of the things that happen and what causes everyone to do what they do. All the actors and actresses were amazing. Visually, very, very distinct. It's got a very nice style. Zach Krieger. One thing I didn't love Barbarian, but I did like the way that it was shot, and that continues into this movie. I did think this was substantially better than Barbarian. I would give it a 3.5. It's sitting at a 3.5 out of 5 right now. A 7 out of 10. It might go up, might go down. I haven't been this conflicted on a movie maybe ever. There is just a lot that the more I think about it, I really like it, and the more that I think about it as well, I really dislike a lot of the decisions. Yeah, that's my overall non-spoiler consensus. I enjoyed it. 7 out of 10. Might go up, might go down. There were just some decisions that I'm not sure about those those certain scenarios.
What was your score?
4 out of 5.
Oh yeah.
Okay, 8 out of 10, or 8 out of 10, 7 out of 10, 6 out of 10.
Yeah.
Okay, 6, 7, 8. Fair enough. Spoiler time.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Okay, we are now getting into spoilers. So if you have not seen Weapons, turn away, go watch the movie, and come back. Or if you don't care about spoilers, then feel free to just, stick around. What do you want to start with? What's a big?
I think we just get into the main thing.
Okay.
It's Gladys.
Yep.
Because for me, that's the thing that killed it. As soon as she not as soon as she showed up, but I think eventually she just kept showing up, and we saw way too much of her. Is what I thought, because it killed the intrigue, and then just they don't really get into like where she come from, or like what she is, which I think is good and bad, because I guess that intrigue, the guessing is good.
Yep.
But also, I think we could just use a little bit more from her. But also less from her. Just more backstory, less screen time. It's like the actress was great. She was amazing.
Incredible.
But just script wise, there was too much of her, and I think it killed the wonder, the mystery.
Because she wasn't formally introduced until Marcus's chapter, right? When she comes into the office, is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was the first time that she actually introduced herself as Gladys.
She had made a few appearances,
Like,
but they
very
were short jump scares.
because
you
there
don't
was
really
like,
see
to
what's going
intrigue
on.
you, you're like this weird old lady with red hair. But then like she actually comes in, and that was well into the second half of the movie, right? It was probably around the halfway point, I would guess.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, or like mid second act to third act.
Okay,
there.
yeah, and it was at first I was like, ugh, like she's scary.
She's hard to look at.
Yeah, she definitely is, and I don't want to say I got tired of her, but I'm just like, I don't know, I need someone else to take over because I don't really know where I was going with that.
She gets a little less scarier every single time she's on screen.
Yeah.
That's a good way
I
to
think
put it.
definitely Jay's point. We need to see less of her, especially when it gets into like Alex's part and we see more about her and what she does and kind of the whole situation. I became less and less afraid of her,
especially by the end.
Yeah, and that is one thing that I very much dislike is kind of how the ending of it is played for laughs.
Yep.
Yes.
The ending of it, Alex takes the stick that she uses to control to turn people into weapons and turns it on her. And so all the children that are stuck in the basement go up and chase her down, and it's played as kind of like a comedic scene.
It's a long one too.
It is.
It's
So
it's a
long.
very, very drawn out comedic
Yeah.
scene.
Which, real quick, why would she? I don't like that she did the ritual thing in front of Alex. He's smart enough to know, like, he could turn on me and do this same
Well, I think
thing.
she was doing it to show that she has complete control over his parents.
That's true.
And
And
that
I was like,
she can
but-
hurt them, and she can also stop them from hurting.
yeah. But that kind of goes into your point that every time you saw her, like, it's usually just an old lady that breaks a stick with their hair and blood. Like, is that really it? And then he does it, and then, yeah, all the kids get free, and they chase her around for literally probably a couple
It
minutes.
felt like a long
It was a
time.
long time.
Also, I think seeing her so much will kill the like a rewatch of it because like the jump scares early on you see like
Yep.
a flash of her and you can't because like I'm not entirely sure if they were like just her as she was
Right.
later on or if they made her look more unsettling in those scenes,
Mhm.
but I'm assuming it was just straight up her in like in those moments. So I feel like rewatching it, I'll just say, oh, that's just
Yep.
that's just Gladys, and so it wouldn't be as effective.
But I am definitely glad that, like, in all the marketing and stuff, that she doesn't appear at all.
That's
Like,
crazy.
it's a complete mystery. Because those initial jump scares with her are terrifying.
Yeah,
Those got to me.
because
Agreed.
the only hint we have of her like in the marketing is
The bell.
the image of Alex with the her makeup on
Oh, yeah.
That's true.
from a dream.
But still, I don't even. I think Josh Brolin's dream was very well done.
Mhm.
I think Justine's dream, I thought I was like, that was kind of weird. Even now, I'm like a little out of place. But there were certain points where I liked how, and like you said, the actress of Gladys was incredible. She deserved all the flowers. But there were certain points where I'm like, I'm just not scared. Like, she puts on this persona, and it kind of lost me in a Saturday morning cartoon kind of way, which is fun. It was camp, that's how it was supposed to be. But I think this perfectly segues into the next thing, which is the tone. And there are a lot of very funny scenes and parts and jokes and stuff, but a lot of that to me felt at the expense of like the tension, because this is a very tense movie, and the first 10 minutes are, you could cut the tension with a knife. I was so in, and the jokes, and it wasn't like a Marvel movie, like it wasn't she's right behind me, isn't she? It wasn't like that, but there were a lot, and the whole ending and Gladys, she's the main villain, and I'm like, and I don't know, it just kind of rubbed me the wrong way.
Even the scene with Josh Brolin's Archer when he's fighting the tweaker
Yeah,
and just knocks him out. He's back. He knocks him
Yeah.
out. He's back. He knocks him out. He's
yeah.
back.
It kind of kills the tension of the scene.
Yeah, because I think that one's more okay than like the last one with Gladys,
I
but
agree.
it's still that scene should have been more intense than it was.
Well,
Because-
then, I mean, also Justine was being attacked.
Correct.
By Paul. Like,
Yeah,
she was
and
on
I
the
wasn't
verge of
scared.
dying.
And we're not seeing any of that.
Yeah.
We're watching this slapstick scene.
And Alex is also getting chased by his parents.
Yes.
But I'm not scared because I was just laughing at Josh Brolin punching this dude.
Over and
So
over.
I'm like, yeah. So I'm like, it's funny, but it made me significantly less tense because I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, like it's an action scene now. It's not
Yeah.
I don't know. And that might work for a lot of people, and I know people in the comments are probably going to be like, you just don't understand horror, which is true. I don't love horror movies. But yeah, I think if they could have handled that differently, that would have made the ending and the whole final scene in the house significantly more tense, because it just, I was like, okay, it's kind of funny now, and it's absurd, and it is absurd, and it knows it, but at the same time, I'm like, I wish you wouldn't have done that, because I was genuinely scared of before, and now I'm not, and now I'm just laughing.
Yeah, just like building off of like the whole Gladys situation, just like the whole marketing is based off of these kids that go missing, and then you see like a lot of stuff in trailers of kids being creepy or whatever.
Yep.
That's not a
Yeah.
factor at all in this movie, so
Right.
it just annoys me.
They had a surprisingly, like, there's a big stretch before we meet James where the kids just aren't even a thing.
Yeah.
Like, they had it's the inciting incident, right? It causes the whole thing to happen, but then like it's just kind of forgot. It's not forgot about, but we just spend a lot of time with these characters, and it. Yeah.
Because that's another one of the bigger things that I have an issue with is just how little the kids appear in the movie. Because that's pretty much the main focal point of all the trailers is, where did all these kids go
Right.
and stuff, and then they're just kind of hidden for most of the entire movie, and then played for laughs at the end.
Yep.
I think it would have been a lot scarier if they had been used to like attack people, which I get. Child violence is kind of frowned upon.
Very
but,
true.
It just felt like it should have been more.
Which there was a line that they didn't cross, and I was very glad. Like there is that unspoken rule in horror where like you leave the kids alone, and they didn't cross it. And I was like, thank you. But I also, I mean, this might be kind of a detracting a little bit, but I liked how competent a lot of the characters were.
Oh, yeah.
Like I was super invested with Josh Brolin taking it. What was his name? Archer.
Yep.
Yeah.
Taking it upon himself to like, okay, I'm going to take these Ring doorbell. It's good product placement, but it makes sense because everyone has a Ring doorbell. And I'm going to take them and I'm going to, triangulate where they intersect. And then he talks to Justine. I love that. I love it when characters do that. I like it when they're not idiots. I like it when they're not stupid. I like it when they can figure stuff out and they're not just the walking meat bags that are there to get killed.
And at first I thought, I was like, why didn't the police do this beforehand? Like, it seems like a pretty obvious thing to
Right.
do. But then it shows that, the police actually go and investigate the house. And it shows her hiding all the children and
Yep.
getting everything spick and span.
And it's not told linearly, which I really like.
Yes.
Like it's
I
kind
was
of
not
out of
expecting
order.
that.
I
Yep.
liked it, like seeing different scenes from different points of view. And then questions are introduced, but they're answered out of order. And I'm like, I like that. Like this is keeping me on my toes. Like why didn't the police do this? Oh, they did. Gladys just hid all of it. I thought that was very cool.
And also, and I like it adds context to earlier scenes.
Yes.
Like originally you think the James is gonna come and tell the police officer for punching him in the face.
Yes.
But it turns out he's just going there to notify the police of where the
Yep.
children
But
are.
then you don't know that until you get to James' chapter. And
Yep.
like that's so cool. And it's hard for a TV show, movie to tell things like that out of order to keep it make it cohesive. But they did. I thought the story and the way that it was told was not an issue. I thought it was great.
Mm-hmm. It's like the whole scene where she's in the car sleeping in front of the house.
My gosh,
And
dude.
That was really well done.
Yeah.
That
Dude.
unnerved me a lot.
The camera did not cut once from when it started, when it in the door, and she just
Because at first you think,
Oh
she's
my
going to attack
gosh,
her, and then
yes.
opens the door. You can hear her get in and ruffle the seats, and then she just takes her hair and clips it.
crazy.
It is.
apparently a lot of audiences took that scene for laughs, which I don't get
How?
because I watched Moist Critical's review
Yeah.
of it, and he said that when she was walking out, the entire crowd was just laughing the whole time, and then she goes behind the car, and then they stop, and then she gets in again, and gets in the car, and they start laughing again.
That would make me so mad.
I know.
That was like one of the most intense scenes of the movie.
Yeah.
The way that she was moving,
I love
and
that
that was so scary.
But
I'm guessing that was Gladys, completely controlling her, her movements and stuff,
Yeah.
which is why it's so janky.
'Cause that was the mom, right?
yeah.
The mom that
Yeah. My point with that, going off of the structure of the movie, just because you go from that scene, and then I'm pretty sure it jumps to a new character right after that, right?
Yeah, because she cuts the hair and she's still sitting and it goes black.
Yeah, and
And
then
then it's Archer.
Yeah.
and then next thing you know, the next time we see, what's her name?
Justine.
Justine. Yeah, next time we see her is at the gas station. And so we have no idea what happened.
Yep.
But between her sleeping in the car and that scene until later.
Perfect segue. The gas station scene, which we get a snippet of it during Archers, but then we get even more of it obviously with Marcus.
Mm-hmm.
They could not have handled that scene better because it's broad daylight.
Yep.
It's just an average day. It's not dark and gloomy and you know something bad's happening. It is 11 a.m. and it's a normal day and it's pure daylight and you see this guy. That was terrifying. It was not and that's one of, obviously I don't love horror, but when it catches me off guard like that, that is when it's at its best. And the fact that he took this gas station in the middle of the town where everyone can see, where you're safe, right? Because you have bystanders and like the human rule. Here he comes, and he's coming to attack Justine. And by now, I don't think we know why, because we haven't seen Marcus's chapter, so we're like, we still don't know what's going on. That was incredibly effective, and the noises that he's making, and how he's just unstoppable, and he's not hurting Marcus or Archer, right? Because we don't know why. Like, why don't you just kill Archer and go get Justine? But he's not after Archer; he's after Justine, and I'm like, that's so interesting. Broad daylight. That was one of the best scenes, I think. And then we see more of it during Marcus's.
Like, I mean, just the design, he looks terrifying. Because, I mean, his face is all...
And we don't know why he looks like that. Like, the first time we see it, like, why does he look like that? We don't know.
His eyes all bulge, and there's blood bleeding down through his face, and he looks unnerving, and he gets under my skin.
Agreed. What did you think of that scene?
I thought it was good. I just it did a great job of making you wonder, like, why is this happening?
Yeah.
And then you get to Marcus's chapter where we learn what happened.
Oh my god!
And I think it's also kind of scary because really the only person trying to stop Marcus is Archer.
Yep.
I mean, she goes into the gas station and nobody seems to be helping
So
her. Which
true.
I thought,
Oh yeah, the worker at the gas station.
Get on my gas station! Like, get out! I'm like, he's like, help me! That was a great line.
no.
But then, like, so you have to think: is that just because that's how this world is, or it's because everyone hates Justine and so they don't care?
I think that's just kind of how the world is. I mean, I feel like it's a little bit realistic.
Yeah.
Just
fair.
like, I mean, the bystander effect. I mean,
Yep.
nobody's gonna go out of the way to help you, especially when there's a weird looking dude going around.
Oh my gosh! What do you think of Marcus's chapter? That's one of the big parts where I had to look away. In the kitchen.
I thought that was really well done, and it's the first time that, like you said before, that we see Gladys, and she's very, very hard to look at.
Yeah.
They did a great job designing her costumes.
Yeah, you get used to her pretty quick though.
Yeah, you do.
And then because she has like her. I call it like a clown look, even though she's not a clown.
Joker,
but just she has that all that makeup and then the bright red wig. And so she has that, and then that's unnerving, and then you get used to it, and then they switch to her just normal look of like no hair or whatever.
Yeah.
And then you get used to that pretty quick also. So
I agree.
So there's a lot of time where you're just used to her. It's like, oh, that's Gladys.
The whole kitchen scene was so well done because that was the first time that we're finally figuring out how she's doing this and that she's the villain, and we're seeing it like with Marcus, like he's reacting just like we are. Like, why are you cutting your hand open? Like, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, those my ribbons. It was, and then obviously he kills his boyfriend, husband, whatever they are in the movie, and I was like, the whole time I'm just like this. I did this a lot in the movie, and oh my, the way that he
kills him by just headbutting him over and over and over again.
And he's not lying. He did like 30 times.
Stuff like that doesn't really get me. There was one hit in there that made me like squirm, I guess, and it wasn't one that was even like shown on screen. It was off screen, but just for some reason like the audio of like the crunch made me go, ugh.
They kept going, and I was looking over at Nick like this. I just saw his face get progressively like every hit would just get worse and worse because it did. Like every hit was a little bit more like meaty. I don't know, but then it shows the face. I'm like, oh my gosh! Like, and I look up right when the face is revealed. I'm like, oh my gosh! There was a lot of that, but I thought it was good because we all reacted. It got a very guttural reaction from me. I'm like, ooh, which is supposed to. So. And
then throughout the movie, there's several references to parasites. In the first dream sequence, you can see Parasite written on the board. And then with the scene with Marcus and his spouse, they're watching a TV show about parasites.
Oh, yes, they are.
And then in another scene where Justine is teaching, she's also teaching about parasites. So I thought they kind of laid it on a little bit too much, kind of spoon-fed you with what's going on.
I didn't really get that until Rick pointed it out to me after the movie.
I didn't get it
because I noticed the one time where she's teaching them about parasites, but I didn't really connect that to anything.
I thought it was interesting. I forgot that's what they're watching on TV.
Yeah.
There were a lot of references to
So no, P. Rick, he leaned over to me and mentioned The Last of Us.
Oh yeah, he did say that.
Um,
From Alex's chapter on, and for a big chunk of the second half, this is a very sad movie.
it's very
And-
depressing.
I watched Grace Randolph's review where she's like, second half, she's like, I was incredibly sad, and she's like, I was just crying, and I'm like, really, like this movie, and it I don't even know how to like describe. It doesn't go out of its way to like be super like, oh, woe is me, this is sad, because I thought it was gonna be like for parents, like grieving parents for their missing kids, but it's not. It's for Alex, this little boy, and like he has to feed his parents, and he has no idea like what is going on. Like, who is this woman who I've never met before? Why do I have to like? Why are my parents being like this? Why did they just stab their cheeks with forks a million times? And he has to feed the kids in the basement. Like, I was very shocked. And then he just gets sadder and sadder every single day, and she sends him out on these missions to get soup, and so much soup, and he has to spoon feed all of them, and I'm like, this poor kid. And yeah, it is. And then the end where it's tonal whiplash big time.
Yeah.
But up until that point, all of Alex's chapter, I'm like, I do not feel good. Like, this is a awful situation, and I have never hated someone so much like Gladys. I have in a very long time. Like, I was so ready for her to just get murked.
And she gets the ending that she deserves.
Yes, she
like,
does. She absolutely does.
Yeah, she definitely gets a satisfying ending, even though it is played off for jokes.
Yeah.
But it just,
satisfying, but wish it was just framed a little bit differently. Because it's not a funny situation. Like, they're doing this horrible
These are
thing.
kids that were turned into literal weapons.
And then,
tearing through earth and stone to go kill somebody.
Correct.
Against their will.
Yeah.
And it's just played, like, look at all these kids running and breaking stuff,
Yeah, like, yeah. And so it did feel very, I don't know, not Gen Z, but like Marvel humor. Like, we're gonna... And they showed it for like 2.5 minutes from several, like they ran through like 5 houses, the guy with the lawnmower. I'm like, okay, we understand. Like, let's wrap it up. And then they do finally wrap it up. And this is my biggest problem. It ends so fast.
Yeah, it's very abrupt.
When the little girl started narrating at the end, I'm like, there's no way it's over. Like, what are you talking about? She's like, and they were all free, and some of them even started talking. Boom. I'm like, and then it ended. What are you talking? Okay, so what happened? Like, are
What's
the
the
kids
aftermath?
good? Like, are they going to eventually recover? Are like, I could have easily used 10 more minutes, like a little epilogue, like if Return of the King ended when Mount Doom fell and just ended. I'm like, hold on, that's kind of what this did. I was like, yeah, it's over, but what happened to Justine? What happened to Archer? What happened to the kids? Like, did all of the kids? Like, was the curse broken over time? Did some of them never come out of it? There was no closure. Like, Gladys died, and then it felt like, all right, we're out of money. Let's wrap it up. And I think that's unfortunate because the ending is the last thing that an audience sees, right? It's the taste left in your mouth, and if it's a rushed taste, then that's like the last impression you get. And it was so strong, and then I really think they fumbled it big time because I was satisfied that she died, but I was not satisfied with anything else. There was no all the kids are still standing there when it's over. Like, Archer takes Matthew was his name.
Yep.
And that's it. Like, I
do like a little bit how it is like it continues to affect him. Like, it wasn't just like, oh, she's dead. Everything's perfect peaches now.
I do like a little bit of ambiguity, but I also like just add a throwaway line of and they slowly became themselves again over the next couple weeks or something. Like, yeah.
I'm gonna just so no one. I don't know if I'm gonna bring it up. You guys can cut this out. I'm just trying to bring it up just so we don't forget it. The girl does mention that some of the kids started talking again.
Yeah.
I know.
And then,
but that's like great.
And then they say that Alex moved to a new town, but his parents are being taken care of. So
but that was like so fast. Like, Alex moved away. His parents are here. They started I was like, okay. But, like, I just wanted more out of everything. And again, especially with horror, you want to be left with questions.
Mm-hmm.
But I just feel like there were so many questions. Like, Paul's now dead. What's going on with Matthew? Is Matthew okay? What's happening with Justine? There was just, like, is James good? Like, I don't know.
Well, James isn't
He's
good.
dead.
Yeah, James
he
got
dead?
it bolt through the head.
Yeah.
James did?
Yeah,
Yeah, because
because he was
he
choking.
was-
Archer,
Oh,
and
that's
then
right.
Justin
Okay,
came up.
yeah, James is dead, everybody. I forgot about that.
Yeah, another plot point that kind of bothered me was during like the final showdown in the house. There's two things going on because there's Archer and Justine fighting.
Yep.
Fighting those two, and then there's Alex fighting his parents.
Yep.
And I feel like those things, those two things, they're in the same house.
Yep.
But like you're watching, because like at some point the Justine and Archer storyline concludes.
Yep.
And it's silent in the house. But at the same time, Alex is still being attacked by his parents. You don't hear it at all. And Archer and Justine don't do anything about it because Archer is hyper focused on his son,
Right.
which is fine. But like Justine, you would think like she would like go up there and try to help or like grab the gun.
So, I didn't even think about that. That is very true.
Well, doesn't Archer start attacking Justine?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he does.
That's
But there's still like a moment.
There is still a moment of quiet. Where
Yeah.
they're like,
because I think Archer goes down to the basement with all the kids, and then he's like searching for his son, and then bam, it's
yeah,
Gladys.
because that's also when it pans to Paul, where it shows him dead on the ground with like the pool of blood.
Because then Justine's like walking up towards
Yeah.
him, or looking at him, and then Archer comes.
But he's right. It's quiet. Like there's nothing going on. That is interesting.
Yeah, and then like after that, I guess this isn't a complaint. It's just something that I thought about. I thought that after Archer snapped out of it,
Yep.
I thought that Justine like wouldn't know that and grab the gun and shoot him.
Oh man, that would have been
Yeah.
insane.
They didn't go there, which is fine. It's just I thought that would have been an interesting plot point.
Yeah, that would have been crazy.
Yeah.
Another thing is, and I know you guys kind of debunked it a little bit, but it wasn't with anything the movie told us. When Gladys died, Archer immediately came back, but none of the kids did. And I know that it's like, yeah, they've been in the trance for a long time, but the movie never tells you that. The movie never says they've been in the trance for a long time, so it'll take them a long time to come out of it. We don't know that. And so when Archer immediately snapped out of it, I'm like, it just took me a second because I'm like, why are the kids still like that when she's dead? Like, I wish the movie would have just done something to flesh that out a little bit more. Like, I know you can make the assumption that they've been in it for a long time.
What's the order of events? Because
I think because the parents were the two that were hypnotized the longest, and those are the two that didn't talk. They're still being spoon fed soup or
Yep.
whatever.
Yeah.
And the kids who were tranced or later on in the story, they started to talk a little bit, and then Archer, who only was tranced for a few minutes or so,
I would just like
snapped
some more
back.
like concrete logic as to
Because what happened was first so Archer is under control, and then Alex snaps the stick and unleashes the children onto Gladys, and then at that same time Archer is attacking Justine, and then Archer doesn't stop until Gladys is killed.
It could be they get that way because Gladys has been feeding on them. Because she uses them to stay alive. And the parents would have been fed on the longest, so they would have had less of themselves left.
That's true. I just would have.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
even
the
one
parasite thing, just like-
line from Gladys would have been enough. Like, I don't know. And maybe I'm reaching, but the parasite thing does make sense. Like, she's literally a parasite on them.
Yeah.
My issue, I guess, from her isn't the like why she's doing it. It's more of the like, I guess, like how and like where does she come from.
Mhm.
That's what I want to know. Like is she really just like this 60, 70-year-old woman, or is she like a really old witch from like
Right.
whatever, like Salem or something?
Exactly. I would have liked that.
Yeah.
I saw a poll on Twitter, and it's like, what do you want to see next from Weapons? Do you want to see Weapons 2? Do you want to see a Gladys origin movie? And I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Like,
That's not good at
no.
all.
Like, that sounds awful. I wish this movie would have done a better job explaining what she is. But
Yeah, like
that's just it. I
her-
just wanted more. Like, that's the whole thing, is this movie has... I'm not going to say... It has been glazed. The reviews are unbelievable. And everyone is like, this is a top 5 horror movie I've ever seen. And I've only seen I've seen every Halloween and, you know, Alien and Scream, the basic ones. But I'm like, I don't agree with that.
Yeah,
Like, I the first 20 minutes were some of the strongest introductory with the premise and the way that everyone's grieving. I loved it. And then it just kind of slowly and a little bit after a little bit, I kind of got less and less immersed.
See, actually, it was a little bit reverse for me because I didn't really like it in the beginning.
Really?
Because when the first scene, it's explaining, you know, all the kids got up and ran and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this is a nice scary scene, and then they play a song over it that's not terribly scary, and it kind of doesn't fit with the vibe of a horror movie. And then as it goes on, it just seems to have a little bit more comedy with it. Like she goes and she grabs 2 bottles of vodka. You know,
Yep.
it's like, oh,
Yep.
this isn't really going to be a horror movie. It's going to be a scary premise with comedy in it.
Uh-huh.
But then the movie went on, and it
I-
won me back.
I thought that worked, but like I thought it would like gradually get more serious
Me too.
throughout. Like start with more comedic stuff, and then once stuff starts going down, then the comedy starts to go away.
Right.
But that didn't really happen.
It was not the case. Yeah. It was shockingly funny. And again, that goes into kind of not loving the tone. And I wish they would have committed one way or another. Like, make this a funny horror movie, because that's a thing. Or just make it this is a terrible situation, super dire, super sad. And they have that. Like, the entire Alex chapter is just disgustingly depressing. But then you have, you know, Archer punching James, and you have the vodka, and you have the super abrupt cut to something happening between 2 characters, and it's like 2 seconds long, and then it just cuts. I'm like, okay, it was just, and yeah, some of the cuts did make it, and that's, you see that a lot, like with TikToks, where it's the cut that makes it funny, like right before something happens, and I don't know, I liked it, I wanted more, but again, I'm not a horror guy, so I think I'll leave it to, you know, the people who love horror, which I don't hate horror, I definitely warmed up to it over the years, but there are just several things that it doesn't do great, but other things that it excels at.
Yeah, like more on Gladys is like I wanted to know, like, what's her relation to Alex? Like, is she really their
That's
aunt,
so true.
or did she just pick this family out of
Yeah.
like with some reason, or was it random?
I do kind of like how they kind of left that up in the air, because you just kind of wonder about it, you know? Was she actually their aunt, or was she controlling them to make them...
Because the mom
believe?
says, like, that she's never heard of her, she wasn't at the wedding, like, because Gladys could have very easily looked on Facebook and like, okay, they got married in this year, and said, sorry, I was going to be there, you've never met me before, I was really close with your mom. Some people would believe that, and they would let this woman into their house. And you could see her when they were helping her with her bags in the house. She was acting all super old and frail and like, help me with this, but that's not how she is.
And she might have been, because she gets
That's true.
progressively better throughout
That's
the movie
true,
as
yeah.
she's been feeding on
That is true.
these people.
So maybe she actually was. Interesting. And that's stuff that I'm okay not knowing. But it's just, I get super, not annoyed, but like if I'm left feeling unsatisfied and like the ending didn't quite stick, I'm just like, great, okay, I have to watch YouTube videos to piece this together.
All up ending explained.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and then I think her plan was kind of bad.
You do?
Because she has Alex lure out his entire class.
Yep.
And so I'm just it's not, I guess her plan's bad, and also I think the police are bad because you would think that they would investigate more the fact that this is the one kid that didn't get
True.
taken, because I think it'd be pretty easy to draw the conclusion, oh well, this kid didn't get taken because they didn't have to take this kid because he was already there.
Right. And there are also certain points where they kind of not throw the law out the window, but at the same time, I'm like, at one point, do you just throw the law out the window, enter the house without a warrant, and be like, this whole entire town right now is crumbling with this heartbreaking whatever's going on, so we're just going to go in and we're going to find it. Because if they would have done that one time, they would have found the kids in the basement. And so I'm like, I don't know. And I know it's obviously not legal, but I don't know. It shows them investigating that one time, right, where she sent all the kids out to the forest.
And like
But they've
her
been there for a long time.
her excuse of like, oh, the dad had a stroke and the
mom was
Yeah,
away. Or
she's
something.
just like sick. I'd still think the cops would be like, all right, well, we still need to contact the mom at least somehow.
Correct.
And do more digging on this random aunt that no one's ever heard of, but they don't do that at all.
And she kept the parents on the couch in the living room in front of a
broad daylight.
window in broad daylight, which it was newspapered up, but Justine saw it. It's like, why would you not keep them upstairs?
Yeah.
Or
Somewhere
in
hidden.
a storage room? Or there were just some lapses where I'm like, is this really the best plan? Like, there were just some... And like, the cops, like, just go in. Like, it's dire. There's 17 kids missing. I know it's unlawful and you don't break into people's houses, but... Like, and do it, like, make the excuse it's for the welfare of Alex. If his parents are incapacitated and there's this random woman that not even the principal's ever met...
And like Justine points out the newspaper in the windows.
Yeah.
And they just brush it off like they probably just like their privacy.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's
So,
a little
that-
fair because all the news and stuff about
True.
it makes sense that they might want to keep their
Buy
newspapers out.
blinds. Buy curtains. Like, newspapers a little...
Less suspicious.
a little sus.
It's just just be less suspicious about it.
Yeah. I don't know. It was...
See,
That's true.
in the beginning, I actually thought Alex was the one behind most of it.
You did.
Yes, because I mean, he was the only kid there, and they didn't like reveal that in trailers. And then when she goes and like peeps through the window, the parents are stationary, and there's cans all over the house. You know,
Yep.
because the kid wouldn't know how to cook or anything.
True.
And then whenever like the mom comes out at night to clip her hair, I'm like, oh, is Alex the one behind this? But then
Crazy.
he's very much not.
Yep.
Yeah, because there I guess there are a lot of signs that point to that because like there's the dream of just him smiling
True.
and
Everybody from his class. I'm like,
Yep.
and then like she confronts him in the street at one point.
Yeah.
And he's like very like I guess what's the
just
word?
brushes her off.
Yeah.
Like skittish.
He's like
Yeah.
like go away.
Yep.
Stay away from me. So
There was one very quick shot in particular where he's trying to open the can of soup and he's like spilling on the floor. And I was like, this is breaking my heart right now. Like, this is really hard to watch. This is crazy. And yeah, you realize that he wasn't behind it. He was just a scared kid.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Because I also thought that like he was like being controlled some
Yeah.
way.
Yep.
But he just wasn't.
Never.
He was completely conscious to everything that was going on.
Oh, okay. Actually, it's
also you would think that once all the kids are running towards that house, that would be caught on way more Ring doorbells,
It's true.
and because like it'd be setting off motion lights, caught on
And
on,
it is.
on,
It's showing
on,
like motion lights come on.
on doorbells or just any other like surveillance systems that
Yep.
people might have. So I feel like it'd be a lot more easy to narrow it down to that one house
Yep.
than they really figured out.
I feel like it would have been too, because everyone has a Ring doorbell, and even if it's every other
That's,
house,
that's still a pretty public
Yeah.
house. In a
right?
Suburb.
It's a big house, yeah. And it shows the kids running and the motion lights going off. So I'm like, yeah, I feel like look at that more.
Yeah, do we got anything else to say?
I don't think so. I mean, we covered everything. Gas station scene wasn't as scary as I thought. It was definitely tense.
I guess I did like whenever it's actually revealed what happened that night, and she like when all the children are running through the streets and it's actually played as like a horror scene. Like, oh,
I did love that.
This is what I was expecting. You know, this is what I wanted from the opening scene.
I thought it was really clever of Alex to take all the name tags off of the bin.
Me
Yeah.
too.
Because they show him beforehand trying to like plan out, all right, I'll take this, I'll take this, but then he sees the name tags and like they're all like hand drawn by each kid.
Yep.
So like, all right, that works right there. And then
Also, wouldn't it be a little suspicious having a like a 6-year-old, 7-year-old go buy hundreds of cans, not hundreds, but a bunch of cans of soups quite often by himself?
A little bit.
especially one that is in the center of a super serious investigation.
Yeah.
Also true. I didn't think about that. That is very interesting. Yeah, it was just like I don't think anyone pushed hard enough. Like no one dug deep enough to try to.
I feel like I guess there would be some blame on the teacher, but I feel like it's not entirely realistic.
The town was so hyper focused on her
Yeah.
that they didn't try to look anywhere else.
Which, if you think realistically, like she'd have a lot of fingers. Like, where'd all your kids go?
Mhm.
But why'd you only keep one? But then you'd learn very quickly. Like, she obviously doesn't know. Like,
Yeah.
what is she gaining from this? Nothing. Yeah, it was good. It was solid.
Yeah.
Solid 7. I don't know if I have anything else to say.
What do you think about the soundtrack?
It was so good.
It was very, very unique.
Yes, it was.
I haven't really heard any movie like it.
Like the score or like the
Score.
the music that plays, because the score didn't really stand out to me.
I loved the score. If you've watched Annihilation, it is very. Annihilation was one of the first movies where it just kind of distorted notes, and it just. Most of Annihilation's score is just. And like just weird noises. And there's a lot of that in here, and I thought it was very, very effective.
Yeah, that kind of score doesn't really do it for me, I guess.
Oh, I love it.
Because I think you should also listen to like the Smile scores.
I do. The second Smile,
The one I don't. Those are also very unique to me.
great score.
Yeah, it's the same with that. I guess that there's more off-putting to me,
why I like
which it does its job,
Uh-huh.
but like I guess it's not something that I'd go back and listen to.
Like the end credit music of Smile 2, just being like distorted, like her
crying.
screams and cry. Crazy.
Yeah.
Like what?
Yeah.
I worked at the theater and I had to clean auditorium
God.
with that playing. I'm like,
Oh.
oh, this is so fun. Naomi Scott is.
Yeah, because it starts off with her like her music that she sings,
Yep.
and then it just cuts to that, and it's just like, oh,
It's crazy. I thought it was very good.
because like
And the Halliday brothers are
I'm vibing to it, and then it just
like, oh,
switches.
the Halliday brothers and Zach Krager actually helped him with the score, which is funny. But they're relatively new, and I think they'll definitely be ones to look out for, especially in horror, because there was one scene, and I wish I remember what it was, but you and I both looked at each other and were like, this is some crazy sound right now.
I know.
And I don't remember what it was, but it was weird. It was a very weird sound, but it did its job.
Oh, like one weird thing, like the gun in the air.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I
And it
thought
had
that-
217 printed on it.
Yeah.
I thought that'd be more important. You know.
Yeah, I didn't really.
Did we?
'Cause-
What?
The time didn't seem.
I mean-
it was just the time that she did it.
Right.
I mean, I guess it was meant to hammer in weapons, which I think that title is still a little off.
Yeah.
Because like yeah, they're weapons, but barely.
She turns them into weapons, and they say the word weapons a couple times.
Yeah,
in the
But
movie,
like I guess they had to find something that wouldn't give away what's really
It's
happening
true.
in the movie.
Looking back on it, it makes sense.
But they could have tried a little bit harder for
Yeah.
the title.
Yeah.
Because I've talked to people like, have you seen the trailer for Weapons? And I'm like, I don't know what that is. Like Weapons?
And you like explain it to him. It's like, oh,
Is
that
this,
doesn't sound anything.
Yeah,
like the
yeah.
title.
Why is it called Weapons?
Is this some like military movie?
Yeah, but I did like that I didn't know. Like, I went in having no idea why is it called Weapons. And
And I think that's
you
the
learn.
hardest thing for a lot of horror and like mystery stuff is you can have a really interesting, mysterious idea, but having a good reason why this is going on.
Right.
I think that's very difficult to do.
Yep.
And I think this movie does it quite well. I was
I agree.
very satisfied in the reasoning why these children all got up and just left.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, satisfying ending. I just would have done some, not pretty drastic. I just would have made some changes to maybe make it a little cohesive tone wise. and just add maybe even a couple minutes at the end and just
Yeah,
give us a little bit
especially
of
like
closure.
after we figure out everything that's going on with Alex, I feel like that should have been everything past that. There should have been no jokes. Should have just been a single
I agree.
depressing tone.
I would have leaned more into some more creepy stuff.
Yeah,
Like maybe I guess that wouldn't work because she's healing herself, but like maybe have her start looking more and more creepy.
well, I always thought
guess
that
that wouldn't
there's
work.
going to be a scene where he like opens up the door to her room and sees something very creepy
Same.
and scary.
He didn't.
Because I mean, one time he looks in there, she's just looking at him.
Yeah,
There's not much going
yeah.
on.
And then some girl in our audience goes, "It's a dude,"
Yeah.
and that wasn't true at all in the movie. It was just some
No.
person.
Just some sick woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I do think actually that she is much older because she calls. She says that her parents have a case of consumption, which is a really old term for tuberculosis.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I didn't know what that was. I thought she meant like drugs, like consuming drugs.
I didn't really pick up on that.
Interesting. That's a good point though, because even the principal's like,
Isn't that
I don't
tuberculosis?
know what that is. TB.
Oh, it's just a mild case. So it's not that very serious.
Mild
but
tuberculosis.
Tuberculosis is a very serious
Yeah.
disease.
I mean, you know that maybe you're really old.
Yeah, you got me.
Yeah, Gladys. Uh-oh. That'd be a sick twist.
The whole podcast is just him controlling it.
Yes, the only reason this podcast
I'm
exists.
plugging you in with shitty opinions.
The only reason.
Yeah.
Jay is going to give Joker 2 a 2.5 stars out of 5.
It'd make it funnier if it was really the plot twist of this movie called Dead Silence. Where,
Oh my gosh.
Is it a movie? I've never seen that.
yeah,
Yes.
it's
Don't watch it.
Dead Silence.
But you care if I spoil it?
No.
Spoilers for Dead Silence if you even care. But so the plot twist at the end is you think that this old man is behind the evil puppet, but then you find out his daughter is really the mastermind, and she's using him as a puppet. Cause the whole time she has her hand behind his back puppeting him. It's crazy.
Why is it
It's
called
crazy. Dead Silence.
Why is that the title?
Honestly,
I don't know.
I don't remember. we
It's
watched
probably
it.
explained.
Call it Puppet Master or something.
It was dead silence because every time you screamed, the witch would rip out your tongue.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
And also, it was like the nurse or the caretaker of his father was puppeting him. It
Okay.
wasn't. And then
Gotcha.
Didn't we
she
watch
was trying
that-
to create a perfect doll that she could possess because she was dead forever. She was behind it all.
Didn't we watch that on the side of your parents' house?
We did. And
Yeah, the projector.
Jay was in the pool for
Yeah.
most of it.
Was I?
I'm pretty sure
Somebody was. I don't remember who.
it was one of our friends and you, I believe.
Dead Silence.
I
I've
do-
never heard of that.
I do know I was in the pool that night, but I don't know if I was in the pool.
Are there
for the-
any
for the
notable
movie.
actors?
No.
No.
It is
No.
a shitty C2 movie.
No. Okay, fair enough.
Come back next week where we review Dead Silence.
Yes. And its sequel, Two Dead, Two Silence. Kidding. I don't think they made a sequel. I didn't even know they made a first one until now. So
I think we were just searching through like the bottom of the barrel of like a streaming service
Netflix,
of like horror movies,
Yeah.
and
It
like,
was
oh, this
probably
looks
it
interesting.
was probably Max or something.
There's plenty of those.
Yeah.
If you want, if you want awful horror, streaming is. But yeah, I thought it was a little glazed, a lot glazed actually.
Weapons?
Like it's yeah.
I still think it's a very very solid movie.
So do I. A 7's a
Don't
good
know if
score.
it's quite 96% good.
Yeah.
But I would definitely go see it again.
It
I
just makes
definitely
me.
recommend you watch it.
It makes me sad because I literally probably could have given it a 4, maybe even a 4.5 if I just got more closure. Like that really just when it ended, I was like, dang, really? Like that's it? Like come on, I know, because I was like the story is so intriguing and I was so invested and yeah, there's not a lot of problems, but the problems I did have, I was kind of like those are kind of big.
Yeah. I went in hoping to leave more unsettled. I left just fine.
Yeah.
And I guess that's okay, but it's solid. That's all I have to say.
if the humor wasn't there, I would have been a lot more terrified.
Yes.
Like I've heard people.
I think this movie would have been done a lot better if it was just played as a straight horror movie.
Yep.
Um,
And I like having some humor to break the tension, but the gags went on for so long. Like he punched James like 10 times. I'm like, okay,
Because,
just,
and then he gets up, like he does it 2 or 3 times.
yes,
And then he turns around to go back, goes back, punches him again, gets up, and then he goes and then
He
throws
throws
him
him,
over a couch.
and then he gets up again, and I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, 'cause the humor was fine. It was just misplaced.
Correct. Like it was good humor. Like objectively, I thought it was very funny. And then I did not think Gladys's death was the place for humor because I'm like, our whole theater was like ready for this woman to die, and then it was a funny, haha, kids are chasing her, and I'm like, this isn't funny. Like this
And
is
I
a
really
horrible
think-
situation.
The kids could be used really good for horror.
Yep.
Like, you know, if anybody that's exploring the house and they all of a sudden just start getting attacked
Yeah.
by these children, that would be scary. But
And they just weren't there.
nope, they're just in the basement standing.
But I thought the kids would like be used as like spies to be like lurking around the town.
Yeah.
And just watching to make sure that no one catches on to what's going on. But
They didn't.
But I guess that would be too risky for Gladys. I guess if one
That's
kid,
fair.
if one kid got caught. But yes, they wouldn't say anything
That's true. They would never know.
because they can't talk. So
That would have
That's
been
so
good. Like,
interesting.
maybe like one kid gets caught and they're completely catatonic.
That's
And then-
really good. Like they maybe just walking down the street or something. Like just
Like,
sitting
they
there.
just like a cop finds them like 3 a.m.
Yep.
in the middle of an alleyway.
Yep.
It's like takes them in for questioning and they just don't move.
Not a word. Yep.
there's out there spying.
Or Gladys makes them kill themselves.
Yeah. Right.
Like, that would have been
Something.
brutal.
But they were just she didn't. Yeah, she didn't. I think. Which
And I
what
know-
else
and-
would she have done? Like putting myself in Gladys's shoes. Like, I don't know how she would have done it differently, but there are things where I'm like, you definitely could have handled that better. Like, put the kids somewhere else. Like, why are they in? Yeah.
And I don't remember who mentioned it, but somebody said in here just like that they thought that like Gladys was just like just an evil villain just to be evil. But I kind of disagree with that because she's doing what she's doing to keep herself
To
alive.
stay alive. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's evil what she's doing, but she's doing it for a reason.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
A horrible reason, but it's
Yeah.
not just for the sake of being evil. It's
Yeah.
because she will die if she doesn't. And I did like the parasite metaphor. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it was kind of over the head, and like, Gladys is a parasite, Gladys is a parasite. But I like that she was doing it because she literally was going to die.
Yep.
And she was so selfish that she was going to do whatever it took.
Yeah.
And that makes me think she's a lot older than she actually is, for sure.
Yeah, I think she could have been more. I guess more imposing on herself as a threat because like herself, she's an old lady.
Yeah.
You could beat her in a fight if you really wanted to like
Very
her,
true.
Her
Very
thing
true.
are the weapons
Yep.
defending her, but like without those,
And she was booking it at the
it's
end.
fine.
I know.
Like, how
She
are
was
you running
moving.
so fast? Like, you are old.
She's a D1 track athlete,
I guess.
1936.
I didn't even think about that.
1836.
1836.
Yeah. When was Salem? 17 something?
Yeah, 1600.
1600s?
Yeah.
Crazy. I also just learned that the Midwest is called the Midwest because it's in geographical relation to the original colonies, not the U.S. as a whole.
What a random thing to bring up right now.
The more you know.
Well, yeah, the more I know. Yeah. Salem stuff happened in 1600s. Just learning a lot these days.
Consumption, old term for
Yeah, for
tuberculosis,
TB, yeah. Mild disease.
Very mild.
Very mild. Yeah. Is that it? Anyone else? Last minute things to say about good old weapons?
I watched it.
Yeah.
I watched it too. I survived. I was terrified going into this movie because I
Justin was not doing well.
I do not love horror. And
He was looking away from the screen, and anytime you'd look up, you'd get scared.
yeah, what was it? What, remind me. We talked
It
about
was
last night.
the dream scene with Archer, and he's like looking at his son, and the son's not talking to him at all. And Justin is completely blind. And as soon as he looks up there, his child turns into Gladys.
I was doing so good the whole time. I look up on it, boom, it's Gladys. I'm like,
And then there was a
"Ah."
part whenever Justine and Tranced Paul are fighting, and she takes a potato
Potato
peeler,
peeler?
starts peeling his face, and Justin's like, is it over? And he's like, yep. and you can still see the marks on his face. And he's like, oh, gross.
He looked away again.
The scariest part of this whole experience was the drive home.
I agree.
Yeah.
Because we drove out of town to see this movie, and so the highway we took back was full of
We
construction.
took the interstate the way down there, and the truck in front of us had unsecured cargo in its truck bed, and on the top of the pile was
Office
a
chair.
office chair, and his wheels were spinning in the wind.
Not a single strap, and it was loose. It was not tightly
You could
packed.
see it moving.
It was just bouncing. And he kept trying to pass us. We're going like 90.
we got to
We're
a
like,
point
we're not
where
letting
we
you
passed
by.
it, and it passed us again.
We're not getting Final
Oh my
Destination
God.
on the way here. After, maybe.
Yeah, shout out to Rick for keeping us alive. He was our driver.
Barely alive, but
Yeah.
We made
alive,
it.
nonetheless. We made it.
Yeah.
It
Highway
was scary
training.
walking to my car
Yeah.
from the door out. It was scary.
Yeah, because all those kids that were out there, just running.
Yep. It was weird.
How fast would you have booked it if you heard like a child laugh behind you?
I don't know. I checked my back seat before I got in my car. I turned my flashlight on. I'm making sure that there's no one in
Faster
the
or
back.
slower than Gladys?
Faster.
Yeah,
I'm not 90.
I mean, she gets
900.
chased down by children.
She was fast though.
She was fast. It's true.
She was fast as lightning.
Okay.
What was that?
I was gonna chuck it at producer Rick, but then I realized there's a lot of stuff over
Let's
there.
not
A lot of
that up.
important equipment over
Let's
there.
Might
not do
not
that.
be good if I toss things at.
That would be quite the way to end the video. Just Lightning McQueen just going right at the camera.
To end the show.
Ready, Rick? Be
This
ready
is
to
the
cut.
final episode. Hope you guys enjoyed our 3-episode arc.
Long.
Oh boy,
Let's go. Oh my
that
god.
was the most stressful thing I've done today.
Ka-chow.
Cool.
All right.
That just blew out everyone's ears. That was a centimeter from the speaker. From
Hope
the
you're not wearing
microphone.
headphones.
All right, everybody.
Yeah, that about does it.
Tell us what you thought of weapons in the comments below. Make sure to follow us on all the socials. Follow us on Letterboxd. Make sure to like, subscribe, turn on notifications. And yeah, anything else?
No, follow the TikTok, follow the Instagram, Spotify. You know where to find us. Yeah, that's it.
All right, see you guys next week.
Hey, stop, Rick.